Hello you guys, and we are back again for the second half of the 55 reading questions video. And let's start off with question 31. How do you feel about giving bad/negative reviews? I mean, who really likes giving bad reviews? No one. But it is good to rant sometimes. I mean, I really don't want to give bad reviews. I buy books because I want to enjoy them, not because I want to hate on them. Question 32. If you could read it in a foreign language, what language would you choose? And it would be Latin. Do not ask me why. I just really always want to learn and read Latin. And now it just sounds like, so it's probably not going to happen. Most intimidating book you've ever read? Maybe Romeo and Juliet, or just Caesar, or anything Shakespeare really, or no, you know what? Crime and Punishment by that guy's name I cannot pronounce, which was really, even though I loved that book, it was kind of hard to get through. So, yeah. Most intimidating book you're too nervous to begin? Maybe a little bit. Moby Dick, because I keep starting and stopping with that book. Really gotta get, whenever I get my Kindle back, maybe I'll start reading it again. Favorite poet? Edgar Allan Poe. One of my favorite poems. I remember ever since I was in elementary school, I loved him, you know. And I actually, maybe we have enough time. I will share my favorite poem by him that I loved forever, and it's called Alone. From childhood's hour, I have not been as others were. I have not seen as others saw. I could not bring my passions from a common spring. From the same source I have not taken my sorrow. I could not awaken my heart to joy at the same tone. And all I loved alone. Then, in my childhood, in the dawn of a most stormy life was drawn from every depth of good and ill, the mystery which binds me still. From the torrent or the fountain, from the red cliff of the mountain, from the sun that round me rode in its autumn tint of gold, from the lightning in the sky as it passed me flying by, from the thunder and the storm and the cloud that took the form, when the rest of heaven was blue, of a demon in my view. I don't know, I just always loved that poem, and Annabelle Lee, and just so many of his poems are awesome. So yeah. How many books do you usually have checked out at the library at any given time? Don't go to the library, but when I was younger, the maximum was like 6, so yeah. How often have you returned books to the library unread? Don't go to the library, but once or twice when I was little, mostly if I was too busy. So yeah. Favorite fictional character? It took me a while to think about this, and I finally settled on the Doctor because he is just amazing. And if you would just let me near him, I would not be stalkerish, I promise. And it counts, because I know people will say, well, it's a TV show, but there are books. There are books. I own some, so I know this. Okay, favorite fictional villain, the Master. You know, let's continue with the Doctor Who thing. The Master is awesome. He is like psycho, but you love him. But, you know, also Darth Vader, because I loved it when Anakin Skywalker was turned into Darth Vader. That was kind of awesome. I love that too. So yeah. Books I'm most likely to bring on vacation. Any books really. Just, I don't think there's a specific. I don't have like vacation reads or something. The longest I've gone without reading, I don't know, like a day or so. I mean, no, a couple of hours maybe. You know, like hours, because I always read like at least a page or something. There's nothing, haven't gone, because, I mean, what would you do without the internet? There's articles everywhere. I mean, you're always reading something, whether it's magazines, FanFictions, I don't know, what's your definition of not reading? You know, a book you would not finish? Wickedly Lovely by Melissa Marr. Did not like that book at all. I originally gave it 2 stars, but I was too generous. I really just hated it, and it grated on my nerves. Yeah, I skimmed that book to the end. Didn't like it. What distracts you easily from reading? When someone takes the book from my hand. Yes, I hate that. Apparently, a lot of people in my friends and family think this is okay, and I'm just like, you know, Maybe I don't hear you when you're talking to me, but you could at least you just tap me on my shoulder. You don't have to take the book out of my hand. Favorite film adaptation of a novel, and oh my god, it is The Fellowship of the Ring, The Lord of the Rings. We can't forget the Two Towers or The Return of the King. Come on, these were awesome, and I have the books too, but I decided to show you the movies. My special edition, extended edition. Who doesn't love these? My sister. Don't know why. She doesn't like the books either, so how we're related, I do not know. Most disappointing film adaptation, and that would be Blood and Chocolate. Who Blood and Chocolate? Who is that Blood? Let me just look it up real quick. But the Blood and Chocolate, that book had nothing. The book is by Annette Curtis Claus. Book had nothing to do with that film in any way, shape, or form. Like, maybe the fact that there was a werewolf in it, werewolves in it, or maybe the fact that there was, their names were sort of similar, the same, like 2 or 3 characters had some of the same name. Otherwise, it had nothing to do with one another, and it was just the worst book to movie I've ever seen in my life. Like, I'm not even saying that the film was bad, but just the book to movie, that book had nothing. That movie had nothing to do with the book. And if you think I'm mad about this, maybe because I can tell my voice is raising a little bit, yeah. My friend really hates it because she's the one who recommended me that book, and we were so excited for that movie, and no. Question 46: the most money I've ever spent in a bookstore at one time, and yeah, you know what? This head tilt thing, I should just say, should be an indicator, because, you know, maybe 100 or 2, you get birthday and Christmas. My birthday and Christmas are kind of close together, so, you know, people just give me Barnes & Noble's cards and, you know, cash for, you know, anything, but just usually end up going to Barnes & Noble. I haven't spent that much money at a bookstore ever since I was younger, but yeah, there was a time when I was just spending all my money there at one point, so, yeah. How often do you skim a book before reading? Not very. I'm not my friend. She likes to read the endings of a book before she starts. And I'm just looking at her like, serious? Like, she just reads the last page, but seriously? What would cause you to stop reading a book halfway through? Nothing really. Like, not forever, but if I was really busy, I would have to stop reading it for a while. I don't think I've ever got into the middle of a book, except for maybe with Lily Lovely, and even then I skimmed it to the end, so, yeah. Do you like to keep your books organized? Yes, if I can, because sometimes I can get overcrowded with books, and I'll just stick them everywhere. But I have to buy new, and then I'll have to rearrange everything so everything can fit. I have to buy 2 new shelves like this anyway, so I'll be doing that soon. Then I'll be rearranging all of it, so I look forward to that. Do you prefer to keep books or give them away once you've read them? It depends on how I felt about the book, or if I feel like somebody might want it more, or, you know, stuff like that. I have a Bookmooch account, which is where you give books away, but you pay for the shipping and handling yourself, but you accumulate points, and you can mooch it from other people for free, basically. And so, yeah, I don't really have books on there right now, but once I clean my bookshelves, I'll probably be putting some more books on there, you know. Yeah. Are there any books you've been avoiding? Maybe Moby. No. Any books I've been avoiding? It would be this book, Wizard's First Rule, The Legend of the Seeker, by Terry Goodkind. And I've been meaning to read this book forever. See, this book used to be all brand new and clean, and I have just been putting this down on my to-read pile, and I really have to get to it, because I really want to read it. I just look at it sometimes, I'm just like, read it. And I just kept getting distracted by other books. So, name a book that made you angry, and that was The 13 Reasons Why by J. Asher. Oh my god. I know I gave that book a 4-star, but it just pissed me off. And I will reread that book and I will take notes while I'm rereading it, so I can just give you each specific point of why I did not like, why did she make, oh god. Yeah. I should stop before I say more words. Yeah. I will be telling you, I'll be reviewing that later. Again, a book you didn't expect to like but did. I don't know, I always suspect to like books. I don't try to read. I guess maybe the Pretty Little Liars. Maybe I liked it better than I thought I would, but I don't know. A book you didn't expect to like. Yeah, I just said that. A book you expected to like but didn't. Wicked Lovely by Melissa Marr. Yeah, there it goes. I'm really so disappointed with that book. I really wanted to like it, but I could not for any way, shape, or form. 1 star, actually 0 stars, while we are at that. Favorite guilt-free pleasure reading? I don't know. Maybe some, I don't really have guilty books. Okay, maybe some cheesy romance novels by like Carla Quinn and stuff like that. Like proper romance novels with like 5-year-old people on the cover. But I'm not shamed. I let my romantic flag fly. Yes. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that and you learned something. Maybe if you guys have different questions for me and you guys have a lot of questions, I will do another question video. And I will leave all my links below here. And I will leave the Tumblr thing below. And if you do some of these questions or all of them, if you make a video or whether you put them on their blog, I would be interested to see that, and just leave like a link or tell me where you have it below. So bye you guys.